Oh god! Okay, we're just gonna start this video like a normal person.
What's up, gamers? Dreamcastguy here, talking today about GameStop, because it's kind of baffling to think about, but they're finally going to actually close. And I know people have been saying this for literally years, but now things are definitely looking too grim to recover. Now, I'm kind of actually holding this game because this is the last thing I purchased from a GameStop. It's a copy of Clubhouse Games 51, and this is an amazing experience. I'm glad I bought this game, but it feels almost sour in a way because while I have had a lot of problems with GameStop, I think in general they're a very bad business, it's kind of baffling about the fact that they're finally going completely out of business. They're actually doing a little bit of construction on the road outside, so if you hear anything during this video, I do genuinely apologize. I've been trying to film this for hours, but let's get into the actual topic. So, as you can see here, we have a big article over on gamesindustry.biz, and it kind of spells out the bleakness of the situation going at GameStop. Now, before we even actually look at this, the thing that kind of inspired this video is that I've been trying to get into stocks a little bit. I've been looking at like fiscal amounts and stuff like that. And I noticed the other day that this is the current stock ratio for GameStop. Now, if you don't know anything about this kind of stuff, basically this is your perceived value. This is how much people are interested in investing in your company. And whoo boy, is that thing going straight off a cliff. And this is ironically after they've been talking about the Xbox Series X. It seems like people are starting to realize that this is not a place where people are going to buy next gen tech. Now let's get to this article. I want to read through this and talk about the closures and then kind of talk about why I think that it's all closing down now specifically. Here we go. GameStop continues to up the number of stores it says it's going to close this year, with the latest plan to be closing between 400 and 450 stores globally during the full fiscal year of 2020. In today's Q2 earnings call with investors, CFO Jim Bell said that GameStop had closed 388 stores worldwide so far this year, 206 of those during the Q2. Now, what's interesting is Jim Bell is the new guy. Remember, there's been several giant people just straight up leaving GameStop because it is a sinking ship. This guy is the newest, brightest mind. This is supposed to be the dude who's supposed to get, GameStop back on track. And even he is saying, all right, the plan right now is to try and put out the fires by starting other fires around it. Currently, Bell said this puts GameStop at 5,122 stores total worldwide, 602 fewer stores compared to last year, and the company plans to continue closing stores into 2021 as well. So when you think about it, that means that just in literally the last couple months, over 10% of the company has completely been cut off. Now, here's where things actually get the most insane, in my opinion. All of this is part of GameStop's ongoing de-densification plan to cut costs by closing its less profitable stores, a plan that kicked off in the second half of 2019 and included completely winding down operations in Denmark, Finland, Norway, and Sweden, which means that these four countries already are completely free of the GameStop infection, which I know is a morbid joke, but I mean, at this point, GameStop is just completely collapsing in on itself. And I think this is because of two main reasons. Obviously, stuff right now is very, very bad. Like, in the entire world, everybody is having to shut down stuff. Retail chains in general are kind of closing down because of the pandemic. But more than this, I think the big issue is the fact that GameStop had already built up so much bad will. So during all this, I've been trying to, over the course of the last couple months, I've been ordering food more often. I've actually been going on and calling people up on the phone and being like, hello, Domino's, I want an extra large pizza and stuff like that. And the reason for that is because I am trying to vote with my wallet. I talk about this in the gaming space a lot of making sure you financially support the things you care about. I've been doing this when it comes to local businesses as well. Because of all the stuff going on, I've been making it more of a conscientious point to try and financially and deliberately support the businesses I care about. Like right now, let's face it, Amazon.com has already got literally $1 trillion in value. value, right? So I don't really care about ordering stuff on Amazon.com. But when it comes to smaller stores that I want to make sure survive all this, I want to try and make it a point to go out and buy stuff from them. And I think especially here in Texas, I can speak for the fact that everybody hates GameStop. And not only do they hate GameStop now, they've hated GameStop for years and years and years. Now that it comes to a time where things are so desperate and people are just trying to count every single penny, people are not thinking of this as the place to shop. Going into the next generation right now, we do know that it sounds like the PlayStation 5 is going to be $500. We do know how the Xbox Series X and Series S pricing and all of that looks really good, but I have not heard a single person say that they're walking into a GameStop to do a in-person pre-order. Everybody's going to Best Buy or, Amazon like we mentioned, or even pre-ordering it directly through Microsoft themselves. It's difficult to imagine the fact that now GameStop has built up so much bad will that in a world now where everybody is only spending money on the things that are either 100% necessary or we care about the most, nobody cares about GameStop. What's honestly the most morbidly fascinating to me is over the course of the last couple of years, I've privately been doing some extra research about GameStop just because I'm curious about its closure. And one of the things I've been doing is talking to private investors, people that do stuff where they actually put money into like cell phone apps, or they like to try and invest into, different styles of corporation. And I have seen a lot of people talk about the fact that the main reason that they believe that GameStop is closing down, it's not because they're not worth money, it's that they're no longer going to be making it in the same way. Technically, GameStop is still a multi-billion-dollar corporation just because they have physical real estate. GameStop still owns plots of land. They still have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of games in their warehouses, unsold Nintendo Switches. There is a raw numerical value to GameStop that still exists. But the reason they're closing stuff down is because they're no longer going to get that investor money to help them weather this storm. And to me, it's kind of fascinating to see the fact that the thing that's really killing GameStop, as I said, is just the fact that people are upset with them. People are just so tired of bad trading credits, being forced to pre-order stuff. How many times have you gone into a GameStop and the guy behind the counter literally asks you to pre-order like 5 different games before he'll press the "you can swipe your credit card now" button? It's bad business. It's funny that this thing that was supposed to up their profits has ended up tanking the company. What's kind of funny, but I don't know if you want to do it, is that since GameStop is a publicly traded business, you're allowed to listen to their business calls. A lot of times when they're having like a lot of their big stuff, like their talks, they have to put it online. It's because they're like an official company that you can buy stock in and stuff. And if you listen to their business calls, they are extremely bleak. Like, it's pretty much just store managers screaming at corporate. It's a lot of just people trying their best to operate in spite of the fact that they're on such a swiftly sinking ship. Now, I want to say this. I haven't even said this in over a year. The last time I did a GameStop video was long, long ago. And ironically, like, I'm wearing the same shirt in that thumbnail as I'm wearing right now. The problem with GameStop isn't necessarily the people. It's more than that. It's the fact that this is a corporation that tried for so long to push profits over caring. They wanted to try and make sure that they were always getting a bigger pile of money for when things got hard. And now things have gotten hard and they've lost all their goodwill. It's sad. I feel bad for all the people that work at GameStop, especially on the ground floor, because you guys are getting screwed over and you absolutely don't deserve it. Stay safe, find a new job before this is too late, and hopefully you end up in a better place than you are right now. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they keep doing construction on the road outside. Hopefully you did not hear that too badly, but much love. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.